Hello and welcome back to Clown Workouts, yeah, with me, Holly Stoppit, yeah. Right, today we're going to look at engineering problems and looking for solutions. Wow, the clowns are going to work it out, the clowns are going to work it out, the clowns are going to work it out. So, I'm going to teach you a prop-based exercise that comes originally from Avner Eisenberg. I learnt from his wife, Julie Goel, but originally it's his exercise. And it's great. It's a great exercise for finding problems, which is the goal in clowning. We want problems. Problems are interesting. This is our time, guys. This is our time. So, sorry. We need to start simple. Let's just start with a bit of a warm up. We're going to be doing a lot of clocking in this, so we're going to be doing a lot of looks to include the audience. And at the moment, the audience might just be our cameras, or it might just be me out here. But you can also do this for each other at home if you like, or you could just do it out your window to just random passers-by. So yeah, let's get the necks warmed up a little bit. Let's start with the shoulders. Let's do a few circles with your shoulders. Kind of release a bit of tension there. Oh yeah, let's go the other way as well. Might as well. What else are we going to do? Oh, I say, having a bit of a bounce with your shoulders, just bouncing your shoulders a little bit. Oh, maybe let the whole body join in with that if it's enjoying that. The bounce. Yeah. You can swing the arms a bit. Again, if your knees want to get involved, just let them. If your pelvis wants to get involved, we're not going to stop it. Have a little swing. Yeah. We might want to try this. One forward, one back. Oh. Yeah. And if you're feeling especially fly, you can try occasionally going over the top like this. 1, 2, over the top. Yeah. So the trick with this one is to really not think about it, because the more you think about this, the more difficult it is. This one's about trusting the body, trusting momentum and gravity. Can you relax with the task at hand? Can you relax with the task at hand? Okay, so let's get the neck going a little bit. Just gently turn in circles with your head. See if you can keep a softness in your shoulders and in your face and in your jaw. And whenever I do this, I think of my friend Ed Hicks, who, when we did this in warm-ups, he always used to say, imagine somebody standing above you with a jar of treacle. We can go the other way for this bit. Imagine that they're pouring treacle on your neck, and you want to get every part of your neck open to the treacle. I don't know, I mean, is that horrible? It's a pretty horrible image. Now you feel like you've got a sticky neck. I'm sorry, on behalf of me and my memory, I'd like to apologise wholeheartedly about that. So, while we're on the neck, let's stay with the neck a little bit longer for this warm-up. So thinking of this point here, the point right at the top of your spine, just finding some gentle movements with your head, nothing too extreme, just enjoying this, enjoying discovering the full range of your head's movements. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. You start to bring a bit more of your spine into this. Letting your arms be floppy, let your hands be floppy. So it's as if your spine has become a snake. Enjoying those movements for a little while longer. Releasing the spine. Yeah. Just doing it your own way. Let's bring this to stillness for a minute. You're going to put the focus with your tailbone now, so where your tail would start if you had a tail. Let's just get a few little movements going on there. Keeping your feet still to begin with. You might want to keep your knees bent. Yeah, just enjoying all the different ways your pelvis moves. I'm doing this with the curtains open so that I get the light for this video, and my neighbours can see what I'm doing across the road. I just like you to have that image. So keep that going, and we're going to bring the top of the spine back as well. So now it's like you've got a double-headed snake living in your spine. It's got one head at the top and one head at the bottom. And you're just going to have a bit of a wriggle. The two heads are communicating with each other. Leading and following. Moving together. Moving completely differently to each other. I'm just enjoying that for a little while. When you're ready, bringing it to stillness. Troublesome, aren't they, these straps? So, that was the snaky spine dance. Before we move on to the exercise, we're going to do a little bit of practice of clocking. So those of you who've done my courses, we do a lot of practice of clocking. Those of you who haven't done any clowning, welcome. Clocking is just about including the audience in whatever it is that you're doing, and so whatever you're doing, you then share your eye contact with the audience to include them, to let them into what you're doing. So clocking is just looking and seeing, bringing the audience in. So for this, I'm going to get you to do a little exercise just in your living room, just where you are. From where you are, have a look around and see an object. Look back at me. Go and walk towards the object. Have a look at it. See it. You might want to inspect it a little bit. Clock me again. Look back at me. Look back at the object. Look back at me. See something else that catches your eye. Look at me. Look at the object. Move towards it. Get up close to it. Experience it. How do you feel about this object? Share that with me, just with a look. Include me. Back to your object. Stay with your object a little longer. Put the object down and let your eyes be taken by another object. Look at the object, clock the audience. Look at the object again, walk towards it. Pick it up. Interact with it a little bit. Find a feeling. How do you feel about this object? Share that with me just through your eyes. Yeah, keep going with what you're doing. Keep looking. Yeah, and come back. Welcome back. So that's really clocking is I could do it with the Buddha here. So I look at the Buddha, I look back at you to say, hey, I'm looking at the Buddha. I interact with the Buddha, I share my feelings with you. I'm looking at you, I'm going towards you. So the clocks happen before and after, before an action, after a change of feeling. And it just helped to include the audience and for the audience to be able to see your thought process and see what's going on for you. So we'll have a go. We'll have a go with this exercise, the Avner-Iversenberg exercise, and we'll see what happens when we bring clocking into the exercise. So for this exercise, you will need an umbrella, a suitcase and a coat. Now you can use stand-in props, and I'm just going to give you a demo of this now, and then you can go and do it when this video is finished. So you can use anything. You can use anything that stick. You can use a feather duster, or you can use a golf stick or a walking stick. If you haven't got a suitcase, you can use any bag. Any bag will do for this. So here's one I prepared earlier. This is my coat. It goes over my arm. This is my umbrella. Goes in my hand, and this is my suitcase. It's a suitcase, and it goes in my hands like this. Okay, so here's the deal. It's a rainy day. The rain is coming down. So it's really important that you put the jacket on and you put the umbrella up. That'll keep you dry. But the thing is, it's wet on the floor, so you can't put any of these items on the floor. So you have to find a way to keep hold of all these items, put the umbrella up, put the coat up, and stay dry out of this rain it's getting heavier. The rain is getting heavier. Now, there are rules to this. The rules are, you can only ever have one object in one hand at a time. You can't do that. None of that. You can't do it. So you have to find creative ways to deal with this problem of having these three objects and having to put your coat on, put your umbrella up, keep your bag off the ground. So with the clocking, we're going to use the clocking as well to punctuate this exercise. So I'm looking at my objects, establishing the problem, communicating the problem with the audience through the eyes. That's it. So I've included everybody, I've set the scene, and now I need to find my first solution. So for my first solution, I'm going to go with the foot, of course. So I've got this hand free now, great. So I'm going to take this umbrella in this hand and I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this on like this. Okay, great, this is not a problem. So I can take that and I can take that, come back to the audience, done. Oh, I only got one arm on. So here we have a problem. How am I going to get the other arm on? So in clowning we don't go for the obvious solution particularly, we go for the ingenious solution. So I might try that and obviously try and hang that on there. And with this game, every single solution that you've come up with will lead to another problem. You're going to continuously find yourselves with problems that you're going to have to solve. And so you're moving from problem to solution, and making sure that you're punctuating each of your problems and solutions with a clock to the audience, to include the audience. So that is your task. Find yourself an umbrella, a coat and a suitcase, and see how many problems and solutions you can come up with. You might want to take a photograph of your most ridiculous moment, or just write in and tell us how many problems did you manage to create for yourself. Have a lovely day.